Hello everyone, my name is Gbenga, Successchild, and you're welcome to yet another edition of Wisdom Bank. And in today's edition, we'll be looking at Proverbs chapter 7 and verses 7. And what does he say? He says, I noticed among the simple, I noticed among young men a youth who had no sense. Amazing. A youth who had no sense. It's a dilemma to have a description of a young person tagged with such a word. He had no sense. Look at this. It's been said that you know a youth by the strength he possesses. But can I also tell you something? According to the context of this particular chapter, we discovered a youth who had strength, but there was something lacking in his life, and that was sense. I tell you that no matter how much strength you possess as a young person, sense is very, very important. I've seen people, or rather, in my life personally, I have experienced where with all the strength, I went in a direction with no sense. And what was the result of my journey or my endeavor? Fruitlessness. I operated on the pedestal of no sense, according to Proverbs 7 and verses 7. The picture of this young person that was painted in Proverbs 7 verses 7 is a gloomy picture of a future of a youth whose life is already wasting away. Why? Because you only have one lifetime, and you have just once to be a youth. So where does this issue of sense come in? In the context of the chapter that we're studying today, we discover a young man who the Bible records was called from the window by a woman who wanted to have intercourse with him and was declaring her intentions to him. And the Bible recorded that the youth actually inclined his ears to the direction of the woman. And by the time we look at the story, how it ended, we discovered that the young man was found in the pit of uselessness. He was found not to be worthy of his glory anymore. So when they say the glory of the youth is in their strength, add this also. It's also in their sense. This is what the Bible is saying today. Now, you must also notice that sense has to do with making life decisions, as looking at it against the consequences. Decisions are very important when it comes to the issue of applying sense. How do I mean? When you want to take a decision, you look at it against what's going to be the outcome of that particular decision. I know you might have been hearing about common sense is not common and the rest, but can I also tell you that while it is not common, of course you know it's not common because we say this almost all the time, why it isn't common, it doesn't mean you shouldn't have yours. That young man in this story in chapter 7, you can go and read from verses 1 to the end. You will find this pathetic story. The only description that was used to describe him, the adjective or the word that was used to describe him was that he had no sense. He had strength. He had the charisma. He was handsome. He had everything to himself. But one thing was lacking. He had no sense. Like I said earlier, I've once in a while been in such a situation, and when I look back, I just laugh and I said, you mean I operated on that level of senselessness? So today, you're listening to me. What is the wisdom you have to glean from this? If there's anything you should seek sense. Someone says receive sense. Kneel down, let me pray for you so that you have sense. I tell you. So if the Bible is also revealing to us that sense is important, why shouldn't you have it? So while I round up today, I want you to take this home or take this to yourself. Look deep inwards into yourself and check if you truly, really have sense. If you don't, why don't you go to God? According to James 1:5, that says if you lack wisdom, if you lack anything, go to Him. He's going to give unto you. Until I come your way next time, receive sense. Bye-bye.